What if I told you the biggest threat to your brand isn't failure, it's being forgettable? In the next few minutes, we'll explore why playing it safe could be the most dangerous move you make, and how one purple cow changed the way the world thinks about standing out.
Let's begin.
Have you ever been on a road trip staring out the window as miles of farmland blur past you? At first, you notice the cows. "Hey, cows," you might say with a smile. But after a while, they all start to look the same. Black and white, chewing grass, standing still. Ordinary, predictable. Now imagine this. In the middle of all that sameness, you spot a cow that's purple. You'd probably slam the brakes, grab your phone, and take a picture. You'd call your friends, post it online. You would remember that moment. Why? Because it was remarkable. That's the big idea behind Seth Godin's purple cow theory. A simple metaphor with powerful implications for anyone building a business, launching a product, managing a career, or trying to make a mark. In today's crowded, distracted world, most things are brown cows. Safe, standard, expected, but being expected won't get you noticed. Being different, truly different. In this video, we will walk through the purple cow philosophy, broken down into 6 digestible chapters. By the end, you'll walk away with practical strategies to apply this mindset to whatever you're building: a business, a personal brand, a side hustle, or your next creative project. Let's dive into what it really takes to stand out today. Let's start with, what is the purple cow theory? The first time I read Purple Cow, I realized something tough. I wasn't doing bad work. I was just doing forgettable work. That's when it hit me. It's not about being better. It's about being the only one. At its core, Seth Godin's purple cow theory revolves around a fundamental truth. In a crowded marketplace, fitting in is failing. In a busy marketplace, not standing out is the same as being invisible. The purple cow isn't just a quirky metaphor, it's a call to action. It challenges us to rethink how we approach success. Traditionally, businesses aim to be good enough. Create a decent product, price it competitively, and market it to the masses. But in today's world, good enough is no longer sufficient. It's remarkable that it captures attention. Consider launching a coffee brand. It's smooth, flavorful, ethically sourced, great. But so are countless others. Now imagine your coffee is brewed using water filtered through volcanic rock, packaged in materials that dissolve into wildflower seeds. Suddenly, your coffee tells a story. It becomes a conversation starter, a purple cow. Being remarkable isn't about being strange for the sake of it. It's about being genuinely different in a way that aligns with your values and resonates with your audience. Don't aim for perfection. Aim to stand out in a way that's meaningful and true to you. Next, we dive into why traditional marketing no longer works. So now that we understand what a purple cow is, here's the real twist. Even the smartest marketers fall into a trap that kills their brand before it starts. Let's go back in time. Let's rewind a few decades. In the 1950s and 60s, marketing was straightforward. Brands created a product, bought TV ads, and broadcasted their message to millions. It worked because people were listening. They had fewer choices and less clutter. Fast forward to today, and that playbook is obsolete. We're bombarded with thousands of marketing messages daily. Billboards, emails, social media ads, influencer videos, podcasts. We've developed mental filters to block most of it out. Attention has become a precious resource, and you can't buy it the way you used to. Godin points out, the old rule was create safe, ordinary products and combine them with great marketing. The new rule is create remarkable products that the right people seek out. It's a shift from interruption to invitation, from broadcasting to building something so fascinating that people come to you. Take Dollar Shave Club. They launched with a single video, one guy in a warehouse, cracking jokes about razors. It wasn't flashy, but it was fresh and different. That one video went viral and transformed their business. The takeaway? You don't need more marketing, you need a more remarkable idea. Then we explore real-world examples of purple cows. All right, theory is nice, but what does a purple cow look like in the wild? Let's unpack some iconic brands that broke all the rules and won big. The first example is Tesla. Before Tesla, the auto industry was filled with gas-guzzling sedans and predictable marketing. Then came Tesla, with electric cars that didn't just save fuel but looked futuristic, came with software updates and bypassed traditional dealerships. They redefined what a car could be. Next, let's look at Airbnb. The idea of staying in a stranger's home on vacation seemed odd. But Airbnb didn't follow the old script. They built trust, made people feel safe, and turned everyday homeowners into hosts. Travel became more personal, local, and flexible. Another standout is Apple. Apple with the iPod? Apple didn't just say, "Our MP3 player has 1 gigabyte of storage." They said, 1,000 songs in your pocket. They sold a feeling, simplicity, style, and status. Their focus on design and customer experience made them more than a product. They became a lifestyle. Finally, consider Glossier. In the beauty world, Glossier did something radical. They listened before they launched. They built a community first, asked followers what they wanted, and then designed products based on that feedback. Their minimalist packaging and skin-first philosophy made them feel authentic in a way that legacy beauty brands often did not. These brands weren't lucky. They were intentional. They chose to be remarkable and built their entire business around that choice. Now, let's talk about how to build a purple cow. Now it's your turn. Let's dive into how you can take these bold ideas and make them real, even if you're just starting out. So, how do you apply this thinking to your own project? The good news? You don't need millions of dollars or a celebrity endorsement. You need clarity, creativity, and courage. Here are 4 steps to start building your own purple cow. 1. Find your edge. Look at your space and ask, what is missing? What's frustrating? What do people complain about? Your edge lives where expectations fall short. If you're starting a podcast, don't just copy others. What topic do people love but no one's talking about the right way? If you're opening a coffee shop, maybe it's not just about great beans. Maybe it's about creating a place where people can borrow books, connect offline, or bring their pets. Different is your superpower, but it has to be authentically different. 2. Serve the early adopters. When you try to please everyone, you water down your message. Instead, speak directly to the people who crave something new. Early adopters don't need convincing, they're already looking for the next thing. Make something they will rave about. They're the ones who spread the word. Leave reviews and bring your idea to life. 3. Design the experience. A purple cow isn't just a product, it's an experience. What does your packaging feel like? How does your customer support respond? How does your brand sound on social media? From the first click to the final unboxing, your entire journey should feel thoughtful and distinct. Surprise people in small ways. Tiny touches often create the biggest loyalty. 4. Be authentically bold. Standing out just to shock or impress doesn't work. Your remarkable should feel like a natural extension of your mission. If it's flashy but hollow, people will see right through it. But if it's bold and rooted in who you are, it will resonate deeply. You don't have to be loud. You just have to be clear. Here's something critical: the risk of playing it safe. Okay, but what if standing out feels scary? That's valid. But here's something scarier: playing it so safe that no one remembers you at all. Here's a paradox worth remembering. The riskiest thing you can do is play it safe. Think about Blockbuster. They were safe, predictable, comfortable. Then Netflix happened. Think about Kodak. They invented the digital camera and then buried it. Why? Because they were afraid of disrupting their own success. Now, Kodak is a case study, not a company. Trying to appeal to everyone usually results in appealing to no one. The safest route, blending in, is often the fastest way to disappear. If you're scared to be bold, ask yourself, what's the cost of doing nothing different? What stories am I telling, and are they worth sharing? What would I do if I were willing to truly stand out? Sometimes your purple cow is the idea you're too nervous to launch. The branding feels too bold, the concept that makes your heart race, because it's just weird enough to work. Courage creates the kind of work that gets remembered. And finally, we wrap up with final thoughts and takeaways. You've made it this far, and if you're still here, you already think differently. Let's recap what we've learned. The world is full of brown cows, ordinary offerings that blend in and go unnoticed. Seth Godin's purple cow theory reminds us that to thrive, we must be remarkable, something people talk about, seek out, and remember. Traditional marketing no longer guarantees attention. In a noisy world, innovation gets noticed. Great brands don't just sell products, they tell stories, create experiences, and take creative risks. You don't need permission to be different. You just need clarity, confidence, and a willingness to do the unexpected. So here's the question. What is your purple cow? Is it a product, a service, a philosophy, a design, a voice? What would happen if you stopped trying to fit in and started designing to stand out? Please share your answers in the comments. Thank you for watching. If this video gives you a fresh perspective, consider liking, subscribing, or sharing it with someone you know.